Jake Dirden battles Flash Flanagan. It's a main event today on SICW Wrestling Explosion. Hello, this is Larry Matysik. Flanagan and Dirden are two stars right at the top of the list for every independent promotion. Certainly Flash and Jake are both leading contenders for the Classic Wrestling Championship. Dirden is young, fiery, and dangerous. Flanagan is clever, mean, and equally dangerous. Add a duel today between Mallaki Matthews and Daniel Eads, plus a classic St. Louis moment with Harley race. Stick around for all the excitement. Jake Dirden's bringing a chair into the ring. Flash Flanagan says, hey, make him stop it. We're going to have a wrestling match here. Keith Smith Jr. grabs that chair, and Flash Flanagan, with the bell sounding, jumps on top of Jake Dirden. Dirden slammed headfirst into the turnbuckle, and I don't know if that did a whole lot of damage. Now Flanagan yanked into the corner by big Jake Dirden. He pounds away on Flash Flanagan. Look at those punches. He's bouncing Flash Flanagan all over the ring. Out from the corner, Flanagan comes to catch a clothesline right underneath the chin from Dirden. Headbutt by Jake Dirden. That's a pretty hard head. That headbutt has Flash Flanagan staggering around. Flanagan pitched out of the ring by Jake Dirden. Well, we already know that this isn't going to be a terribly scientific match, but then again, you never know. It might surprise you, because both these guys have skills. It's just a question of when they decide to use them. Here comes Jake Dirden outside the ring. Keep in mind, Dirden's still a relatively young newcomer in the wrestling business. He's only been here about a year and a half, 2 years, but he learned a lot when he was over in Japan for those several months, and he's certainly been a main event performer all over the Midwest and down in Florida where he's going recently. Oh, hey, Flash Flanagan trying a pile driver on the concrete floor. Dirden blocks it. Dirden blocks the pile driver on the concrete tile floor, and Flash Flanagan just got a backache, compliments of Jake Dirden. Oh, you can see Flash's hand reaching up. Ouch, that hurt. He tried the pile driver, and it didn't work at all. Jake Dirden let him have it. Now, Dirden slams Flash into the first row of seats while the folks are at the concession stand. Little do they know that Flash Flanagan's taking their chairs. And he's also taking a couple boots to the face from Jake Dirden. Oh, Dirden pushed back into the ring post, and Flanagan charged Jake Dirden, and he missed. Dirden got aside, and Flanagan again, another big mistake as he took his shoulder right into the steel ring post, but Flanagan fights back with an elbow smash. Flash Flanagan is a tough cookie. I mean, there's no question. You can look at Jake Dirden, you know he's tough, he's mean, he's wild. If you look at Flash Flanagan, you might not see some of those qualities, but then when you watch him in a match, he can take punishment. He can take loads of punishment and still come back and come up with a victory. Of course, that's why. Look at that. Oh, a backdrop tried by Jake Dirden. Flash Flanagan caught his own back on the back, flipped himself over the top. It ended up doing him no good because he ended up catching a blast to the face from Jake Dirden. What a move by Flash Flanagan, and then it still backfires. Flash has to be a little frustrated now. He's come up with 3 really good ideas, 3 really good moves, and they all backfired for Jake Dirden. First the pile driver with the backdrop outside the ring, then the charge into the post, and then blocking that backdrop. But Flanagan's still in there. He reverses a whip and then oh, he caught that boot. And then a kick into the ropes, another kick into the ropes. That's not actually a blow, that's a low blow, but it's not a low blow. And Keith Smith Jr., the referee, is kind of caught in between and betwixt. No disqualification there, but I'll tell you one thing, I think finally Flash Flanagan has slowed Jake Dirden down. He really set that one up. He whipped Dirden into the corner, charged in, and he figured Dirden would be right there trying to put that big boot in his face. And Flash Flanagan put on the skids, caught that boot, tied him up in the ropes, and now Flash Flanagan has the edge, and he's going to try even more to slow down Jake Dirden. The rope jerked into the throat, and then a kick right into the solar plexus. An elbow into the jaw by Flash Flanagan. Ooh, big chop by Flanagan on Dirden. A blow right to the head by Flash Flanagan on Dirden. Dirden finally taking some punishment. It didn't go this way early, but it is now. And look at that, Flash Flanagan banging away on the head of Jake Dirden. Remember when he did that to Ron Powers? It opened up Ron Powers' head. There's another feud that's still bubbling. Ron Powers and Flash Flanagan. Flanagan stomping on the face of Jake Dirden. First time these two have ever been in a ring together in SICW. I'll take that back. They were in once up in Belleville. They wrestled each other. Ended up in a no contest. So they've seen each other just one time. It's like athletes scouting each other, looking for weaknesses. And it takes a while to find out, where can I attack? What can I do that works? What can I do that won't work and that will blow up in my face? That's important. And a couple things blew up in Flash Flanagan's face early in this match. But now Flanagan went through the tough spots, and he's getting the better of Jake Dirden. Keith Smith Jr. checking if Dirden wants to submit. He said no, no, no. Flanagan squeezing that head, the crowd chanting dirty, dirty, trying to fire up Jake Dirden. Dirden twisted around. Flash Flanagan with the squeezing headlock on Jake Dirden. Dirden trying to get to his feet, and of course with his height, that would be a big advantage if he can get up. He tries to get up, and he does. Throws an elbow into the stomach of Flanagan. Another elbow into the midsection of Flash. He hits the ropes. Ooh. And that time, it's a knee lifted right into the gut of Jake Dirden. Dirden doubled up, flipped over, and knocked down from that knee lift from Flash Flanagan. Where is Flanagan going? Whoop, look out. He wants the timekeeper's chair. Michelle Smith gets rudely interrupted from keeping time. Flash Flanagan gets to the ring, and now the referee's knocking that chair away. No, no, no. You can't use that chair. Flash Flanagan says, oh, yes, I can. He heads out again to get the chair. He comes back in with that chair. Keith Smith Jr. saying, don't you do it. We'll have a disqualification. Don't do it. Don't do it. An argument, and then Keith just grabs the chair, takes it away, drops the chair. Oh, that's what it was all about. Flash just wanted an excuse to get to that kendo stick and to crack Jake Dirden right across the face. Oh, that one hurt. Flash Flanagan cracking the kendo stick into the face of Jake Dirden. He covers Dirden, only gets a count of 2, and Flash says, count faster, count faster. Hey, how fast can you count to 3? Jake Dirden, after that kendo stick shot to the head, he's not feeling so hot right now. All that trouble to set up the kendo stick shot, huh? But sometimes that's what you think works. It does for Flash Flanagan. Dirden whipped into the corner. Flanagan, oh, charges and tries to catch Dirden in the stomach and misses and catches a turnbuckle right in his own groin. That didn't feel so good. Flash Flanagan, his head like a basketball, bounced and bounced and bounced on that top turnbuckle by Jake Dirden. Down goes Flash Flanagan. Flanagan. Now he's the one in trouble. The tide has turned. Early it belonged to Jake Dirden. Then it went to Flash Flanagan. Hey, there's Dirden going for that. Oh, he was looking for the Oriental spike, the Asiatic spike. Dirden, oh, stands up. Flanagan tried a flying tackle. Dirden knocked him down. He stayed up. But Flanagan will be happy right now as he puts his leg over that bottom rope. He avoided the spike, and that's important. If he'd have got caught in that spike in the middle of the ring, Flash Flanagan knows that's bad. Could be real bad because you might have to submit or you'll pass out. And then you're going to lose anyway. The crowd yelling for Dirden, yelling again as he pounds away on Flash Flanagan. One forearm smash after another right into the jaw. Arm whip into the corner. Oh, Flash tried to loop. He thought he was coming and he wasn't coming. Dirden goes for a backslide, and hey, Flash Flanagan was able to grab the rope and hold on, and it was just long enough to outsmart Jake Dirden. There's experience, and Flash Flanagan slips away with a win. Flanagan! It's Daniel Eads against Mallaki Matthews. Two great young talents here. Daniel Eads, of course, from Metropolis, Illinois, proud to represent Superman in the town where Superman was born. Mallaki Matthews, well, he's from up in Iowa, and he's more interested in just winning. He doesn't care where he's from. The only thing that counts is getting a victory. Mallaki complaining about something to the fans. Maybe he didn't like how they yelled one way or the other. Hey, the end of that match with Flash Flanagan and Jake Dirden. Let's talk about that a moment. Obviously, Jake broke a rule. He slipped away with one as the referee saw his shoulders going down. He dove down to look at the shoulders. Flash Flanagan, being ring-wise and knowing what to expect in there, knew that was going to happen. Knew the referee would be looking at the shoulders. So when he went down, Flash was able to hang onto the ropes for a little extra leverage and get a quick, sneaky pin over Jake Dirden. It kind of played into what we said earlier, where Dirden still has some learning to do inside that ring. He's learned a lot, and he's certainly dangerous as a main eventer. But every now and then, you can maybe outsmart him. And that's a case where, well, Flash Flanagan did it that time. Could he do it again? I don't know, because Jake Dirden learns from things. And I think I wouldn't count on that happening a second time. And speaking about young talent, well, here are two great pieces of young talent with Daniel Eads and Mallaki Matthews. That vertical suplex by Daniel Eads down with Matthews. Mallaki gets outside the ring to recover from that vertical suplex. He's wise to do it, and maybe he's young, but he's smart enough to know that hurt pretty bad, and he can stand to catch his breath, get his back realigned before he gets into the ring with Daniel Eads. Promoter Herb Simmons of SICW was telling me that he gets more calls about Daniel Eads from young women than you can believe, as Eads yanks Mallaki into the ring. Now, I'd have thought they'd been maybe calling about Herb, but as it turns out, they're calling about Daniel Eads. They finally get Daniel Eads pictures. Good-looking young guy. Good-looking athlete. Matthews took a big chop to the chest. And there's the shoulder driven into the stomach of Mallaki. Another shoulder into the stomach of Mallaki by Daniel Eads. Daniel throws Mallaki into the corner. And Eads, nice move, scissors the head of Mallaki and then drops the leg down on top of his face. Comes off with a double blow, double club. Covers Eads, nice move by Mallaki. Mallaki might not quite have the reputation yet that Daniel Eads has been getting, but let me tell you something. He's pretty good, and I keep an eye on him too. Right there, he strangles Daniel Eads as he stood on his back, strangling him across the bottom rope. Crowd yelling at Mallaki because, generally speaking, Daniel Eads is going to be the favorite in this match. Once again, Mallaki standing on the throat of Daniel Eads. The crowd hoots and hollers boo to Mallaki Matthews. Daniel Eads fighting back with a punch to the midsection, but then Mallaki lands a hard one to the head and then to the jaw of Daniel Eads. He throws Eads into the turnbuckle. Mallaki feeling pretty good about himself. Let's not brag too early. Eads is a pretty tough cookie. He's been around. He's in good shape. Flying mare by Mallaki. Mallaki drops that knee into the back and then pulls back with a chin lock on Daniel Eads. Dynamite Daniel Eads. He can explode at any moment and go into the air. He's shown the ability to get up in the air, to go be a high flyer, which is kind of amazing considering his height and his weight. But he can get up in the air. He surprised you every now and then. A very active wrestler. And not the way he wanted to be active right there, though, as his hair was grabbed and Mallaki yanked him back, slammed him onto the mat. Mallaki strangling Eads. Referee J. King making a count. Mallaki feeling pretty good about himself now because he's kind of taking control of the match for the last couple minutes. Eads. Butt forward, catches a forearm smash, legal blows. Legal blows from Mallaki. Whoa, double knee lift again from Daniel Eads. Forearm uppercut, the European uppercut, and then a drop kick, just as we said. Mr. Eads going into the air. He was dynamite right there as he was catapulted into the air for that drop kick. See how high he got in the air? For a big man, that's pretty impressive. Dynamite Daniel Eads, that's a pretty good nickname, huh? You have to keep that in mind. Eads throws a punch at Mallaki. Another punch by Daniel Eads. Brings that, he tried to bring that forearm uppercut. Got caught in a backslide by Mallaki. Nice move by Mallaki. Smart. He was waiting. He felt that forearm uppercut coming. Ducked a little bit away and caught Eads in a backslide. Nearly got the pin. Once more, Mallaki holding his own with Daniel Eads. They're having a good match. And of course, you expect that between two good young talents who will only get better. Big knee coming off the ropes. And an elbow from Eads. Oh, is he going for a choke slam? Eads grabs that throat. He might be thinking choke slam right here. Oh, it's not actually a choke slam. It's more of a side saddle swipe. He swiped that leg out. Now going for the Superman elbow. He drives that home. A little bit of Roman Reigns in his tactics there. He moves behind Mallaki. We can do a lot of things right there. Belly to back suplex. Whoop. Didn't happen. Eads caught when Mallaki comes off the ropes with a kick to the chin. Oh, this could be it. Mallaki covers, count of 2. And Eads kicks free. Oh, Mallaki came so close. When he went flying off the ropes and landed that kick to the chin, Eads was in serious, serious trouble. Reverse neckbreaker is blocked by Eads. And then a sidewalk slam by Daniel Eads. Spinebuster by Daniel Eads. Both men coming up with some pretty darn good moves here. Eads goes for a pin. Can't get both shoulders covered, though. He really hooked the leg and only had one shoulder covered, and that's what referee Jay King showed him. The other shoulder was up, so he only got a count of really 1. Some close calls both ways by Mallaki and Daniel Eads. Forearm smash by Eads. Another one by Daniel. He whips Mallaki out of the corner. Whoop, walks into that kick to the chin, a tender chin. Off the ropes he comes, and oh! Mallaki runs right into a flying forearm smash from Daniel Eads. Eads was waiting for Mallaki to come off those ropes a second time, and he gets the pin. First, Eads outsmarted Mallaki a couple times. Mallaki rather outsmarted Eads, but then Eads, at the end when it counted, he outsmarted Mallaki. Mallaki came flying off that rope looking for the kick. Instead, it was Eads landing that big forearm, and Daniel Eads has a victory.
Once again, working with what is now a wrist lock.
As tough as he was, Harley Race probably never got the credit he deserved for some of the ring skills that he had. Let's go to September 19th, 1982, when Harley squared off with talented Omar Atlas on Wrestling at the Chase. The finish might surprise you.
Very intense today. Race puts his boot on the bottom rope. Referee Terry Garvin not impressed. Race not clearly entangled in the ropes. Going to the ropes might be the preferable way to escape this wrist lock by Race. Race turns around. Atlas moves away from Race's body, going to protect his side and his back from Harley Race. Atlas yanks out the arm, steps over it. Shades of Johnny Valentine, her son Greg right there. That's how they love to apply that arm bar. Atlas can get in a position where he can step over the top. He can apply even more leverage. As it is though now, that knee planted against the ribs of Race. Race knew it too. He managed to move and get off that knee. Atlas again stretches out that arm. Atlas catches a knee to the stomach from Race. You can't give Harley Race even a minute opening. The smallest opening, and Harley Race can find it. Another knee lift into the stomach of Atlas by Race. Race drops the knee into the midsection, into the solar plexus region of Omar Atlas. Another knee drop by Harley Race, this one to the back of Atlas. Race with a punch to the jaw, and it knocks Atlas right through the ropes to the apron and down to the cement floor here at the KPLR TV studio. Race going outside the ring. Race grabbing Omar, going for the pile driver. Race going for the pile driver. Atlas blocks it and reverses it with a backflip. Race landing heavily when Atlas managed to block and then reverse almost the pile driver. At the count of 12, Atlas is in the ring, and the referee has to stop the count to get Atlas back. Atlas going back out after Race. The front row scatters, and Atlas slams Race head first into the chair.
Looks like Atlas has been working out with the bruiser.
Well, he found out what that chair is for. At least at that point in time. Hey, you've got to fight fire with fire. Don't forget Race is the guy who originally went out of the ring after Omar Atlas. Atlas lifts Race into the ring with a body slam, and Harley Race taking his lumps at the hands of Omar Atlas. An outstanding showing by Omar Atlas. Race with the headbutt into the stomach of Omar Atlas. He can take the punishment. Harley Race. Race drives the knee into the head of Atlas. Race lines Atlas up. Diving headbutt glancing off the head of Omar Atlas. Race shaking his head too. It hurts Race, but he's willing to take the pain because he figures he's delivering more than he's receiving. Another knee drop to the head.
10 minutes have expired, 10 minutes left.
Atlas throws off Race. Race going for the pile driver. He tried it outside the ring. It backfired, but oh, Atlas is in position here, and the pile driver works the second time Harley Race uses it. Atlas stunned after that pile driver by Race. Race thrown off by Atlas. Here's with the endurance. The stamina starts to pay off for both men. Race with another punch to the head of Atlas. Anybody who comes to get in that ring with Race must know it will be war, that you're going to get hurt, that you're going to leave with bumps, bruises, and abrasions all over the body, and you better be willing to fight back in kind, as Omar Atlas is doing now against Harley Race. Race getting battered in that corner by Omar Atlas. The referee had trouble getting Atlas back. Oh, Race reverses the whip. Atlas on the ropes. Flying crossbody block. Misses. Oh, cagey Harley Race. Jackknife. Cradle. Beautiful move by Race. He has the shoulders trapped down. Excellent move by Harley Race to jackknife and cradle after Atlas missed the flying crossbody.
Score 1 for Flash Flanagan as he slipped past Jake Dirden today on SICW Wrestling Explosion, but likely that narrow setback is only going to serve to fire up Jake even more. Don't be surprised to see these two tangle again because both are hungry main event performers. And hey, how about that Daniel Eads? Mallaki gave Eads a terrific battle, but Eads had the right answer when it counted. Yet another youngster getting better. It's just another example of the fine talent that makes it such fun to keep track of the action in SICW.